This is the Armchair Devs Tony Hawk after show. Welcome to the after show. I'm your host, Dan Video Games. I didn't introduce myself on that, did I? I might have to dub that in.
No, you're so powerful you don't need an introduction.
Sure. And of course, Bob's still here, and as is KZ from KZ Excellent.
Hello.
And Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
Hey.
So there were some things you guys didn't get out about your various pitches during the thing. I feel like Feels may be the longest, so we're going to start with Bob. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Are there any things you didn't get out about your pitch during the episode?
I actually had picked a director I wanted to get in here, like a game designer from the old Tony Hawks. He's still working on stuff.
Oh, wow.
He does something called Epic Skater. They've released 2 of them on iPhone and on Steam. They're super low budget, just side-scrolling skateboarding games that have the full Tony Hawk system, but on side-scrolling, you still have grinding, you still have the same multipliers and stuff, and it's really neat. So I wanted to bring him on the project. I thought that would be really cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I wanted like I was talking about, the large city, it's a lot like a Pro Skater or Project 8 feel to it, and then there would be skate parks like in that too, where you'd have a more classic objective to do.
So you want a game that's literally 4 times as large as Project 8 because you want that huge ass city 4 times over.
No, that didn't Project 8 have multiple cities?
No, it's all
it just
one
had the one
thing.
Okay. Well, it's not as big of a city.
It's that huge, but it works pretty well.
I mean, it's a lot of areas and it's pretty dense.
Yeah, I would say it's only like, you could say that skate park that was in Project 8 was a quarter of each city size.
Oh, wow, that's tiny.
Yeah. It's not huge. It's just enough to get you. I
think the high school is bigger than that in that game. But okay. Anything else? Bob's looking at.
I actually had an idea for how it would get Game of the Year. At the end of the game.
Oh no! I'm really glad we cut this. Go ahead, Bob.
It reveals that the creative character was a memory of a skater who died early in Tony Hawk's life he knew.
Okay. That's what I was expecting from your fucking pitch the whole time.
What the fuck?
I was like,
I have a question.
That's why
I have a question about this right now.
Yes,
is this going to be like the fucking NBA 2K Living the Dream where you appear, but to show that you're a ghost, you're just wearing white clothes?
Right? No.
Thank you, Spike Lee.
Will it be something where, like, the fucking Sixth Sense where nobody talks to him but Tony Hawk? Like, he's next to Tony Hawk, but everybody only talks to Tony Hawk?
Oh, no, this whole thing is in Tony Hawk's mind. Like, at the end of it zooms out and he just cries. Like, there's a single tear.
No, it zooms out and he's looking at a picture from the 70s or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see your creative character right next to their grave.
Your creative character has literally been dead from the 70s, and this game is Tony Hawk reimagining.
Yeah, the world is
I'm really sad this isn't in the public episode because I want Tony Hawk to have heard that, and I feel like if that podcast will get listened to by Tony Hawk if it gets signal boosted enough. I'm a little sad that Tony Hawk didn't have to hear the pitch that was. He's imagining his dead childhood friend as a skater.
You know what? This is the second time you said you wanted the person tied to this piece of media to experience our podcast, and this one might be just as bad as the last one.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think Tony Hawk would think that was fucking hilarious Oscar bait. He's not a dense man. He gets it. That's pretty good, Bob. Let's move on to KZ Excellent. KZ, do you have any details about yours you didn't get to bring up during the normal episode?
Any psychotic plans?
When it comes to the entire like aesthetic and look of the game, like the era it takes place in, it's targeting like early 2000s, late 90s. That way you can still like get secret tapes, because I feel like it would have been stupid of get the secret Blu-ray.
You're right.
Getting DVDs
like
was just
like
as good.
that, and it would allow to use a soundtrack from that era, which I feel people would connect with more, because I feel like if you make a Tony Hawk game with today's modern music, I don't feel like it would connect as much. At least that's my personal take, especially since you're trying to evoke classic stuff with this game in general. feel like that was part of the goal. When you're selecting your skater, you can either create a skater, but their stats are set. So you would basically take the stats of one of the other pre-made like real skaters. I want to make my character, I design it, and then I choose Tony Hawk's stats.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to ask you, is Spider-Man in your game?
Oh yeah, is Spider-Man in your game?
Actually, I did have that in here. where mine was gonna be Miles Morales, just to make mine different and just cross over with Spider-Verse.
Oh man, I should have gotten Gwen Stacy in mind, the Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen.
No, you were focused on shirtless Kylo Ren.
Right, it was too important.
That's true. You don't want to get distracted from what's important in life.
Yep. That was all of my details. I actually got through most of my stuff.
Well, now that it's actually Wednesday in our time zone, I'm going to go ahead and make the cursed commentary public. Okay, Mr. Feel, what did you not get to cover?
A lot of stuff. So I'll just go from...
Okay.
What a fucking shocker.
I'll just cover the story mode I wrote out. Your create-a character is a layabout in Southern California whose elderly relative, I had been thinking great uncle, but I really didn't have a specific one in mind, dies and leaves you his junkyard. The story involves cleaning up the junkyard and turning it into a skate park. And your skate park, you build yourself and will also be your main created skate park. You can make others, but that is your main one. And whenever somebody downloads and uses one of the skate parks you made, you get in-game currency to spend on things in the campaign.
Can your skate park be invaded?
Yes, I was thinking there would be like you can go, if somebody's playing it, you can see their ghost maybe.
Ooh.
I don't think there would literally, it's not going to be invaded by Dark Spectre Giant Dad.
Invaded by Boney Hawk.
But the way I thought it would be is it would have a city kind of like Project 8, and like Project 8, it would slowly open section by section so you didn't get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd get stat boosts and unique tricks by doing jobs for the locals, and that would also be how you unlocked certain skate park pieces.
Nice.
I also thought that I would bring back cheat codes, but instead of pausing and then doing button combinations, you would unlock cheat codes by finding pieces of Tony Hawk's board tying into the Tony Hawk's 900 Revolution novel series, where Tony Hawk's board crackled with magical energy and exploded when he pulled the 900, and there's a book series about young, rebellious kids trying to find them, I guess. I didn't read the books, I just know they exist.
Okay.
And the story would segment into an evil corporate executive trying to use a technicality to seize the land the skate park is on and put a fucking golf course on there or something.
Nice.
So
we're writing it like a 90s movie. I appreciate it.
Yes.
So the last arc would be recruiting all these professional skaters to do a big show to earn the money to negate the bad guy's plan. And the bad guy's son would be voiced, who would be another major antagonist. He'd be the skating antagonist.
Oh, nice.
Well, would be voiced by Ben Diskin.
Wait, like the guy who voices Gara?
He voiced Eric Sparrow.
Oh my god.
He voiced Eric Sparrow and young Xehanort. And number one from Codename Kids Next Door.
Yep.
And Joseph Joestar from JoJo Part 2.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, wait. Joseph Joestar is fucking number one. I can't.
Yes, and if you know that, you hear it instantly. It's nuts.
Yeah, no, I've now recontextualized everything. It's disgusting. Thanks, I hate this. Oh my god. That's disgusting. I'm so mad. The funny thing about your anti-corporate plot is KZ was criticizing your pitch as being very algorithm-driven. Like, it formed out of the analytics of the internet. Like, your pitch didn't have enough soul, according to KZ. And yet you have
the
a
plot
very
is literally every 90s movie. We gotta save the community center plot.
yeah.
Well, it's his delivery also made it come off like that. You are going to have create a skater and skate parks.
So
Our game will provide loading value.
I'm also really disappointed when I asked the season pass question to Bob. He didn't say, well, it's got to be the standard, $50.
yeah, you're right. I should have gone for it. I should have gone full force. $100 season pass.
There's
lots of costumes.
It's a $65 season pass, so it's more expensive than the game.
But it's okay.
It will be game of the year.
You can get the gold edition of the game. It's only $100. That's some $10 value right there.
Oh, wow. Impressive.
$15, but whatever.
It's still a lot of value.
Yeah, definitely because it's a value for the.
The
what am I
important thing
kidding?
is value.
Division 2 has Ultimate Edition for $130.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That Dead or Alive thing.
I'm honestly less upset with Dead or Alive than I am with Division. It's like, yeah, you paid that extra $20 on top of the season pass to get 2 costumes and 3 guns. Like, at least
Since they send me over code, they always send over the deluxe edition, and I'm like, thank you. I may never play this, but thank you.
I appreciate you giving me the real edition of your game. Now, if you could do that,
Thank you for giving me the one that's twice the price of the normal one.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least in Dead or Alive, you get like 100 outfits or something.
It's ludicrous. The fucking
Dead or Alive is... Oh, I should stop recording.
Yeah, no. If we need to tie this off before we go. Anyways, thank you, patrons, for supporting us. We hope you enjoyed this after talk. We plan this for every Armchair Devs because half of the gimmick is that
God knows somebody is gonna get fucking sandbagged every episode.
Yeah, I feel like every time what has to happen every time is they need to get asked very different questions most of the time. So that way the guy who doesn't want to talk about his soundtrack gets asked, and the guy who's been dying to talk about his soundtrack doesn't get asked. That's an important part of pitch meetings, I feel.
And the rotating seats is always going to make it different, where people won't know what to expect, especially in first episodes where it's like, oh no, what will be the feeling when Bob hosts?
It'll be great. Bob, you should host the Castlevania one.
Oh my god, I'm terrified.
Oh no.
Anyways, thanks for your support. This really, really wouldn't be happening without you guys. Take it easy.